guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're in Brentwood, California, and this is Fifth Helena Drive. If that doesn't sound familiar to you, Marilyn Monroe lived at the end of this cul-de-sac. The address is 12305 Fifth Helena Drive. She bought this house in 1961, just under $90,000. Her mortgage was only $320 a month. The house was built in 1929, and Marilyn bought, this was the first home that I believe she ever owned. She rented places all over Los Angeles. There were all kinds of places that she called home, even if temporarily. Pretty much every location in Los Angeles has a Marilyn Monroe story attached to it. But it was just at the end of this drive here, behind these walls, where the house was, and it was August 5th of 1962 where Marilyn was found in her bedroom of an apparent drug overdose of prescription medication. But there are photos of her right outside of this gate. Now, behind this gate is where the bedroom would be, and the actual gate leading into the property is right here. Now, this is a picture taken of Marilyn just outside the gate when she first bought the property. Obviously, she was pretty proud of this as it being her first home that she owned. This is what the house looked like when Marilyn lived here. And this is the bedroom where she was unfortunately found on that day in 1962. This was actually the photo taken by the police that day. And this is an aerial view of what the house looks like now. Now, this was taken when the house was listed on the market, and so was this. This is the backyard as it looks now, pretty much unchanged. Now, that's a quick look at her last home. Now let's go to Westwood, and I'll show you where she is buried. Now, here we are at Pierce Brothers Westwood Memorial Park. This is where Marilyn Monroe was laid to rest. And just here on my left-hand side is the chapel where they held Marilyn Monroe's funeral. And I actually found some footage of that funeral that I'm going to play in just a second. But the chapel has not really changed much, and pretty much everybody who has been buried here has had their funeral services in this building. And just recently, the last time I was here was just after Kirk Douglas passed away, and they were having his funeral in here. They actually closed the cemetery down for a couple hours and asked us to come back, which we did. But yeah, this is right in here is where they had Marilyn's funeral, which I think is pretty cool because this really hasn't changed. They took her casket right out these doors here. Now, I think it's really cool that footage like this exists, because otherwise, how else are we going to know what happened in history? Now, Marilyn is buried just up here, and this is actually a private area, but Robert Stack is in here, but I'm making a full video on this cemetery. It's going to be out pretty soon, but since this video is just about Marilyn, let's head back over here. And now Marilyn is buried over here in the wall, and Hugh Hefner bought the crypt to her left. But this is actually one of the most highly visited graves anywhere in the world. And the reason that this is colored the way that it is because so many people have kissed this stone with lipstick that it's permanently stained pink. But yeah, right here, Marilyn Monroe. And above her is rich weirdo Richard Poncher. This was an interesting story too, because he bought the crypt above Marilyn and wanted to be buried upside down, so he was facing Marilyn. So kind of a creepy story, but really interesting if you want to check out the story. But here's Hugh Hefner right next to Marilyn. Now that's all for today, but thanks for watching, and until next time, have a good one.